What's good, YouTube? It's Lethal, and today we're reacting to manga versus anime, which is better. You feel me? Brought to us by bums with expensive tastes. Excuse me, my fault. Now I will leave the video link down below, but manga versus anime. Honestly, I still feel like anime is better than manga. I stopped watching anime more often though, because it just takes up way more time. But for me, it's just way better seeing the fights animated. I don't know. It's just like, and it's easier to like understand certain um plot points in the anime. It's just sometimes in the manga, it's like drawn not that well in some mangas that I read, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, let's see what bro gotta say.
Is the manga really better? That's a question every anime fan has wondered once in their life when deciding to choose whether to read an anime or manga. And I was thinking about this topic the other day, and it just got me thinking, why is it that whenever you start a manga, you just end up reading the manga and completely forgetting the anime, even if the anime is good? Because I've had that experience personally with...
I feel like it's because manga just easier to just like, it's just easier to get through. That's why I feel like I drop animes and just read the
animes like One Piece,
mangas.
and I've heard other manga readers have the same experience. So with that kind of question, you would assume the manga is better than the anime. But is it? Don't forget to subscribe and click on that post notification bell. Now, why would you feel like a manga is better than an anime? It might be maybe because the animation studios just end up ruining all your favorite mangas. If you spend a long time reading a manga and you fall in love with the characters on the show, and you hear it's gonna get an anime adaptation, you are very excited to see what is gonna happen with the anime. But the animation studios never get it right with a lot of mangas. I don't have to call it, but we all know Berserk. That makes most fans just think the anime is trash.
I mean, there's only been a few shows where the anime that I've watched sold on the manga, and that's Seven Deadly Sins and The Promised Neverland. I don't think the other shows I watched, the anime did pretty well at adapting the manga.
And there are a few reasons why this can happen. It's either they really don't know how to adapt the manga into a proper anime, because if you adapt the pages as they are page by page, it might just end up horrible as a manga and it will be boring because the anime is different from the manga. What anime studios need to do is use everything that they get in the manga and then adapt it to fit an anime. So that has to do with, of all the visual stuff, visuals, audio, tone, pacing, all those things, and also proper animation. But that doesn't usually happen most times. Most times you just get either animes that are filled with filler or just animes that are completely trash and bad and just every point of
Seven Deadly Sins
decision that they made.
Bro, I'm so mad with what they did to Seven Deadly Sins, bro. Literally, like the first the first 3 seasons, I'm pretty sure, was like pretty good, or at least the first 2 was top tier. But then I think it was season 4 that I stopped. But bro, it's just like, I don't know. They just like
horrible. You
sold
just
with
did
that
get
show.
thinking, was this
Like
actually
hard.
made by thinking adults or was it made by babies? Because I'm pretty sure babies would do better than the adults that are in those offices right now.
That's a crazy thing
But then
to say.
again, I must say, it's not all anime adaptations that are bad. When it's done well, it can be done well. Perfect example of this is Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer's manga is a basic manga. I'll call it mid at best. Basic story. Boy, family, dead. Sister turned into demon. I am going to kill all the demons till I find head demon to turn my sister back into girl. Simple story. Not an interesting manga. But the anime does so well in adapting the fights that it skyrockets Demon Slayer from the worst or like mid manga to top tier manga. And that's why the manga is selling. Whenever you watch Demon Slayer, you could clearly see the emotions that Tanjiro or anybody else that is fighting displayed through the TV or the screen. The colors are beautiful, the music is beautiful, the timing, the pacing, everything is beautiful. And that's an example of when an anime studio adapts a manga, right? Because when you're reading the manga, you just see slashes and like flashes and some pictures, you can't even tell what you're seeing. But then you come to the anime and you're like, okay, it now extends the experience of reading the manga. And that's how every anime adaptation of a manga should be. So if you're going to conclude, is the manga really better than the anime? I would say it depends. It depends on the type of manga that it is. From my experience, most times.
Yeah, it is definitely case by case. It depends. The promise, the promise Neverland, that manga is definitely way better than the anime. They sold with season 2. They they sold so hard to season 2. Um, I feel like the One Piece anime is, well, I don't know. I don't know about the One Piece anime over the manga, but I think I do like the anime over the manga because sometimes in the panels in the manga, it's like hard to understand some parts because the drawing isn't like the best, so like it's kind of hard to understand certain action scenes. You feel me? But that's just me though. I don't know if I'm like slow or something. But if the mangas have like good drawings like throughout, then I feel like the manga would probably be better than the anime
Times, if a story is
for
heavily
most
related
shows.
on dialogue and maybe rich storyline and less action, the manga will probably be better because of the pace would be better, and the the anime studio is for sure gonna mess it up, almost guaranteed. But if it's an anime that is being animated by a good animation studio and it's mostly about fighting and a lot of action, then you probably have enjoyed the anime better. Good examples, Demon Slayer. One Piece though is very weird, even though the manga is miles ahead.
Yeah.
The recent episodes of One Piece show you what the anime can do to the manga if it's done well.
And in certain animes the pacing isn't really that good, to be honest. Like for example, One Piece. I don't know about for Wano, but in certain arcs, the pacing of it was like so like slow.
It's on a weekly basis. So before we had bad pacing and fillers and just a bunch of bad animation, but when you take time to actually animate and bring out the right elements of the manga, it makes it so much better because Oda changed his writing to leave out or give room for the animation studio to add more context to the fight. And for that reason, now One Piece anime fans are eating it. And they're just chilling. If you're not watching the anime, you should get back on because they're in their bag right now. So in conclusion,
I'm gonna watch all the
the
fights.
manga can be better than the anime, and the anime should be better than the manga. But most times, the manga is better than the anime. So don't get too upset if a manga reader comes to you and says, just read the manga. He is probably just looking out for you. I never advise people to read the manga because it ruins the experience of the anime.
Yeah,
Either
it does
way,
a little bit.
just do what you want to.
It definitely does a little bit. Not gonna lie. Like
Do
I don't know how to
what you like
explain
doing.
it, but
Don't forget to comment, like this button, also subscribe. Balls out.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, reading mangas definitely does kill the anime. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's easier to just read through them, but I don't know. But yeah, this was a good video. You feel me? I'm gonna leave the video link down below. And yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and have a blessed day. Peace.
Then she gon' pull out the tape and tie me up, then lock me away. That bitch, she said that she hate me. I am not phased, my niggas waiting at your place. For all this shit escalate, I need to know how many niggas you've played. How did you take off your tape? She looking right at me and she swerves into the lake.